Top New Gen Romance Anime.
俺は、この会社に、好きな人がいます。
On the opposite side of things, I Have a Crush at Work is about characters who do not want their relationship discovered by their coworkers as it would just make things awkward. In this 2025 show, the main characters, Tatishi from accounting and Mitsuya from planning, are in a relationship and find it hard to keep their hands off each other. But no one in the office can find out. The show is still ongoing, but one of its strongest suits is its more mature take on an office relationship, especially the start of such a relationship, where keeping it a secret feels very exciting. It's a great romance without any fan service, so it is simply a mature show about an incredibly cute couple figuring out their new relationship.
ミラシカ。
いや、なんか言ったか。
別に、みっともないって言っただけよ。
As a transfer student, Alya is the talk of the school, garnering attention because of her beauty. Though she's now in Japan for school, Alya is half Russian and previously lived there. In fact, she sometimes switches to speaking in Russian when she's around Masachika Kuzi, the regular boy who sits next to her in class that, on the surface, she seems to dislike. However, the comments she makes in Russian are actually to express her interest in Masachika, and unbeknownst to Alya, he can understand what she's saying. The two of them have contrasting personalities, with Alya valuing hard work, while Masachika prefers to be laid back. But they have more in common to bond over than they might think, given their complex family situations and a shared connection with the Russian language.
こっちは全部わかってんだよ
ミラシカ。時々ボソッとロシア語で出れる隣のアーリャさん。
自分とは、真逆の世界で生きている人がいる。その人と、こんな約束をするなんて。
My Dress Up Darling is a game changer in the romance genre, as it not only features a non-typical female lead but also gives fans a unique love story. Even though My Dress Up Darling's premise is primarily about a popular girl slowly falling for the guy that everybody ignores, it does so without any help from the conventional elements. Marin Kitagawa is the most beautiful and popular girl in school, but she is far from being a mean girl. She has no problem asking for Wakana Gojo's help to make her the most accurate cosplay, nor does she feel insecure around him. Gojo may not be the most charming guy around, but he's a gentleman, and that's something far more important to Marin than anything else.
そう、コスプレ。それってもう究極の愛じゃん。
椎名真昼と話したのはこの時が初めてだった。何やってるんだ。
私に何かご用で。
通りすがりの迷子の子。
ありがとう。
It doesn't happen overnight that the school's most beautiful and smartest girl falls for an underachieving and boring guy. Such is the case with Mahiru Shina and Amani Fujimiya, who, despite being neighbors, never associated with each other. Even though Amani admits he's uninteresting, he can't find it in himself to drool over Mahiru like the rest of the class. Amani considers himself unpopular enough to be ignored by said angel, until he offers her an umbrella one day when Mahiru is crying alone in the park. To return his kindness, Mahiru suggests that she can cook for him, and one harmless session of cooking and cleaning turns into a blossoming love.
天音くんもかっこいいですよ。
こんなの好きにならない方がおかしいだろ。
中3の冬、レモンソーダみたいだって思った。刺激物。あの時のこと覚えてるはずない。でも私にはあれが全てで。
One of the biggest romance anime of 2025, Honeylemon Soda shares a few similarities with Kimi and Itodoki. Both shows revolve around romances involving bullied isolated girls and popular guys, with their relationships helping the former to come out of her shell. Honeylemon Soda, the manga, has been around for roughly a decade, becoming a minor staple of the shoujo romance scene. As JC staff handled the adaptation, the anime has high production value, delivering warm animation that amplifies the central love story. Otherwise, the series is fairly typical for its genre and demographic.
石森羽香、高校1年生、春。呪いがほどける。そのレモンソーダで。誰しも他人には見せない一面があるはずだ。
携帯落ちましたよ。
ああ、ありがとう。
個性も真逆。
喋ったこともなかったクラスメート。
If you haven't found an anime where the popular girl falls for the MC yet, don't worry because this one is for you. It's about Iumi Miyamura, an ordinary high school student, and Kyuko Hori, a popular but simple and down-to-earth girl that attends the same school as Miyamura. Just by looking at the title of this anime, you can tell that there is a lot of love between the two of them. They both happened to meet one another by chance, and that's how their charming romance tale began. They began hanging out at Hori's home and were quickly head over heels in love with one another. Watch the anime to witness the romance of two different yet charming people.
私たちは
他人には見せない時間の
共有者になった。
堀宮。
夢の意味なんて考えたこともありませんでした。
愛している。
でも私はこの世にただ一人の夢見の異能者で。
My Happy Marriage is a soft, Cinderella-esque tale set in a fictional version of Japan's Meiji Restoration era. Following Mayo Saimori's life after she escaped her abusive childhood home and found a place of warmth and belonging in the loving arms of Kyoka Kudo. The first season was one of the most touching stories seen in the past decade. Seeing Mayo overcome her trauma and build a bond based on mutual trust and affection with a person who's come to value her more than anything in the world. The second season of My Happy Marriage begins with more trouble concerning grotesqueries, the conflict surrounding the Yusuba bloodline, as well as the harsh judgments of Fuyukudo. However, these are not challenges that can easily tear Mayo and Kyoka from each other's arms. They are prepared to fight tooth and nail to stay together and keep their happy ending alive, and audiences will witness just how much they are destined for one another in the episodes to come.
お初にお目にかかる工藤家当主臼葉家次期当主そして愛しの我が娘よ
私の世界、生まれつき音が音じゃない世界。初対面で私に戸惑わなくてまたなんて。
A Sign of Affection is a unique anime since it focuses on a college student with deafness. Yuki Aitos lived a sheltered life until she decides to go to a hearing college. She eventually runs into the worldly Itsuomi Nagi, who becomes fascinated by her. The pair of them start to hang out and realize that their attraction is about more than understanding each other's worlds. Yuki and Itsumoi's willingness to meet in the middle and grow together also makes their relationship one of the healthiest in the romance anime genre. A Sign of Affection is so great not only because of its captivating romance but also because of its use of JSL. The animation is particularly stellar in this series since they had to animate all the subtle hand movements that make up the unspoken language. A Sign of Affection is the perfect anime for people who are looking for something a little different that focuses on an adult couple.
あなたが現れて広がる世界にこのため息さえ優しく染まっていくようで指先と連々
俺には毎朝一番に会いたい人がいる。会いたい人が。
Blue Box had quite a lot of hype leading to its debut, which could have backfired if it got off to a rocky start. Fortunately, Telecom hit the ground running by delivering gorgeous animation, along with a faithful adaptation that instantly captures Chinatsu and Taiki's charm and chemistry. Now, this is the definition of a slow burn romance, so viewers should be prepared for a long build-up towards an actual relationship. Still, that can be entertaining if handled well, and Blue Box does nearly everything right. Inspired by Chinatsu's determination to maximize her basketball potential, Taiki aims for the nationals in badminton, an ambitious goal for a high school student who does not necessarily excel at the sport. Through an unexpected turn of events, they also end up living together, granting both Taiki and Chinatsu the opportunity to get closer. The two leads are great together, and they are backed by fantastic support characters, including Hina. While also a sports series, Blue Box is primarily romance and a great one at that.
君のおかげだよ。ありがとう稲俣大輝くん。
くだらない。何もかもがどうでもいい。どうでもいい。どうでもいいだろう。
川って面白いね。
The dangers in my heart is brilliant. Yes, on the surface, this is just another shonen romance where a popular girl falls in love with an ordinary guy who is a bit of a loner. These stories are a dime a dozen and tend to offer very little beyond blatant wish fulfillment. And The Dangers in My Heart has all the makings of a prototypical example of this trope. Yet, the anime just works. Ichikawa is an average dude who does not have many friends and loves to daydream about unsavory things. While not depicting the latter in too great of detail, the anime does not shy away from it either, causing Ichikawa to leave a poor first impression. Conversely, Anna is a bubbly but still shy girl who loves to eat and works as a model. After accidentally meeting at the school library, the two students begin to spend some time together, eventually sparking a friendship with the potential to become something more. Anna attempts to force Ichikawa out of his shell, inspiring the latter to change quite a lot throughout the 2 seasons. Although a slow burn at first, The Dangers in My Heart starts to become something special toward the end of Season 1. And it carries that momentum into a follow-up core that comfortably places the story as one of the best romance anime of all time. Anna and Ichikawa are both equally fantastic, but the former is the main reason this show works so well. In lesser hands, she could have come across as an overly perfect trophy conceived to drive the male protagonist's maturity, turning her into little more than a plot device. However, Anna is a fully fleshed-out character with clear insecurities, quirks, and vulnerabilities. Her interest in Ichikawa is convincing, and the same can be said in reverse. That's not something that many romance anime can claim.
僕は